They say knights are sworn to light, to honor, to the defense of the innocent. But every oath has its price. And some oaths are not made to kings, nor to God. This is the tale of Sir Aldric of Varrow, called by some the Black Knight, whose vow delivered salvation to a kingdom, but condemned his soul to shadows. Act 1. The Savior and the Curse. The kingdom of Varrow was dying. Blight rotted the fields, rivers shrank to mud, and famine stalked every home. Aldric, once a celebrated knight, watched his people starve. And in his desperation, he sought a power no mortal should ever seek. In the depths of a forgotten crypt, Aldric swore an oath to the shadow that dwelled beneath the stone.
It whispered the promise of life, of harvest, of salvation.
And so the knight returned with new strength. The crops flourished overnight, rivers ran full once more. Children laughed, bellies filled. And the people hailed him as Lord Protector. But the gift had a cost.
The wheat tasted of iron. The river ran red at dusk.
And newborns opened their eyes already pale. One woman saw the truth, Lady Alira, a healer who had stood at Aldric's side since his youth. She whispered to him,
"This is not salvation, Aldric. It is a debt you cannot repay."
But Aldric refused to listen. To him, sacrifice was a knight's duty.
Acte 2. The Shadow Essingé. At first, the shadow demanded only the guilty.
Criminals disappeared into the night. No one wept for them. Then rebels began to vanish. Then dissidents. And soon, those who merely spoke against the Black Knight. The people whispered that Aldric ruled with fear, that the shadow was the true king of Varrow. Lady Alira confronted him.
"You have traded justice for slaughter. What kind of knight feeds his people with blood?"
Aldric hardened his heart, but in the silence of night, he heard screams that were not there.
He saw the eyes of the dead staring from the dark.
And still, he obeyed. Act 3. The Twist of Loyalty.
From the ashes of fear, rebellion rose.
A young warrior named Kale, bold and fiery, declared Aldric a traitor. He rallied the villagers, vowing to end the Black Knight's reign. They clashed, knight against rebel,
steel against steel.
Aldric was the greater fighter. He defeated Kale, sword at his throat.
Yet he hesitated.
For the first time, he spared a life. That night, Kale crept into the crypts. Aldric followed, and what he found froze his blood. The shadow was whispering not to him, but to Kale.
"Swear to me, child. Swear, and you shall slay the Black Knight. You shall be my new champion."
And Aldric realized the truth.
He was never chosen. He was never savior. He was only a pawn, until something stronger came.
Acte 4. Betrayal.
Kale accepted. His body burned with abyssal fire, his armor warped crimson. When he emerged, he was no longer Kale. He was the Crimson Knight, born of the same darkness that had claimed Aldric. They fought across the ruined cathedral.
Shadow clashed with fire.
The people gathered, watching in horror.
Lady Alira screamed from the steppe.
"You are both fools. The shadow feeds on your war. Don't you see? Whoever wins, it devours you both."
But neither knight listened. Act V. The Double Curse.
The battle raged until Aldric, battered and bleeding, struck Kale down. The Crimson Knight fell, and the shadow looked.
"Well done, Aldric. You have given me not one champion, but two. His soul is mine, and yours was mine all along."
Kale's corpse shuddered. His eyes opened, hollow and white. His armor twisted into grotesque mockery. He rose as the first of the Hollow Knights. And Aldric understood, the abyss never bargained. It multiplied. Every oath, every death, every soul fed its hunger.
Act 6. The Last Stand.
Aldric returned to the crypts. Broken, defiant, he called for Alira. and in the dim candlelight, he confessed everything. I cannot save myself, but perhaps I can save Varrow. Burn me, Elira. Burn me with light. She wept, but agreed. Together they gathered relics of the old faith, an ember from the sun's altar, a shattered sword once blessed by priests.
Aldric carried them into the abyss. The hollow Knight came.
Kale among them.
The shadow roared. You are mean, Aldric. You cannot kill what you serve.
But Aldric rammed the sunblade into his own chest. The ember burst into fire, igniting the abyss inside him. His body became a pyre of flame and shadow. The hollow knights screamed as light consumed them. The crypt collapsed, stone by stone. The shadow howled, retreating, but not destroyed. Aldric vanished in the blaze.
Act 7, the final twist.
When the fire died, Lady Elira sifted through the ruins. There was no body.
Only Aldric's blackened armor, and his sword untouched, humming with whisper.
The curse had not ended. It had only changed. That night, alone with the blade, Elira heard a voice.
You swore to save him, healer. Swear tu me now, and you can bring him back.
Epilogue: The Eternal Cycle. The kingdom rebuilt.
The sun rose again.
But Elira kept the sword hidden, wrapped in cloth, close to her bed. And some nights, she whispered to it.
The shadow waited, patient as ever, because oaths are never broken. They are only passed on